public security office.
That is correct.
All right. And you then call the commander
That is correct.
to send someone over and to take the man to CID headquarters.
Correct.
Why did you decide to take this man to CID headquarters?
Because of the serious nature of the allegation and because of the experienced personnel that we have at CID headquarters, which is in keeping with the standing orders, we decided to take over that matter. And we did similar matter before. We did a similar matter with a young lady who would have placed threatening messages on Facebook. So we had already investigated a similar matter.
Right.
So I thought it prudent to bring the investigation to the Criminal Investigation Department headquarters.
Yeah, all right. You talked about the standing order and the protocol, right?
Correct.
So, all right. So in which division was this offense alleged to be committed?
A division.
Was there any record made in the division of this allegation?
I won't be able to say.
I mean, this allegation was made in March. This allegation was made in
March 29th.
Yeah, on March 29th. This is July the 24th. And you can't say now whether you're aware if any record was made in the division in which this allegation was made?
On a weekly basis, as the crime chief, I am engaged with about 100 investigations. I'm at the executive level of the force. We have the strategic level, the executive level, the tactical level, and the operational level. And I think the question should be asked to the investigator themselves.
No, the commander, you don't answer. You are responsible for a serious
investigation. 100 investigation I deal with on a weekly basis.
You're suggesting to me that you're overwhelmed?
I'm overwhelmed. I never said that.
No, you're suggesting.
I'm telling you I won't be able to answer that question. It is for the investigator to say whether he made an entry. It is for the investigator to do that, not me.
So that's not your responsibility?
It is not my responsibility.
So you weren't responsible to finding out from them whether the proper records were made?
That wasn't my responsibility, no.
So don't get wrong.
I'm telling you that wasn't my responsibility.
Right. I'm saying differently.
Okay,
right?
well that is your opinion.
Listen to me carefully. I'm saying to you, as I know policing, the commander this morning indicated that I'm from another era. He did indicate that. So I am basing what I know from another era. And the era to which I refer is just about 7 to 8 years ago. As I know it, as the person in charge, you have a responsibility to ensure that your subordinates do the correct thing. In this case, it would have been to make sure that some record was made. But it's a different time. So
it has nothing to do with different time. As I'm telling you, I'm at the CID headquarters. I'm in the CID for 18 years. And there's no way, or there was never any instance whereby the crime chief would call to ensure that an entry is made in an occurrence book. That is for the investigator to do, and the investigators, that's why we have supervisors. And those supervisors, they have to ensure that the record is made in the book.
All right, I understand that.
Not the crime chief.
Are the supervisors, so you're not a supervisor?
I'm a manager, and I'm at the executive level.
You're a manager?
I'm at the executive level of the Ghana Police Force.
So who are you managing?
I'm managing my ranks, the supervisors and the lower level ranks.
Who are the ranks that you're managing?
I'm saying I'm managing the ranks within the Criminal Investigation Department, the middle managers and the lower level ranks.
And therefore, as a manager managing those ranks, you don't have a responsibility to ensure that they do what is the correct.
As I said, that is why we have supervisors.
Well, you're a supervisor.
I'm a manager.
So what's the difference between a manager and a supervisor?
There is a lot of differences.
Well, let me tell the inquiry, what is the difference?
As I told you,
yes.
On a weekly basis, I deal with about 100 investigations on average. If I'm to ensure that every entry is made in a diary, then I'll be overwhelmed. And that is not my duty, and I'm stating that clearly.
Have you heard about the term vicarious liability?
I have heard about the term vicarious liability, but what I'm saying, I'm maintaining that it was not my duty to ensure that a large joint constable or that an investigator go make an entry in a station diary.
Are you familiar with the standing order governing the role of Assistant Commissioner Law Enforcement?
Yes, I am.
What does it say?
It says several things. My responsibility, one, is that I'm directly responsible for the general administration of the Criminal Investigation Department to the Commissioner. My responsibilities, and I continue, one is to maintain the criminal crime statistic state within the country. Two is to investigate any serious or complicated cases of murder, manslaughter, fraud, etc., or any matter on behalf of the government by the Attorney General Chambers. Third is for me to conduct training, detective training for members of the Guyana Police Force. Fourth, for me to conduct inspections on behalf of the Commissioner of Police of the CID establishments. Also, for me to maintain a photographic branch, an efficient photographic branch, that is, an efficient fingerprint branch, efficient criminals record office. We don't have this anymore. That is an efficient forensic science laboratory, and any other duty so directed by the Commissioner of Police. So that is my duty.
All right, so you get to the record that you don't feel that you are responsible to ensuring that the people below you do what they're supposed to do?
Not that particular issue.
No.
I mandated them to investigate a crime.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when they finish the investigation, that crime file is submitted to my office.
Let me give you that part. So you're saying to me, therefore, that once you mandate an investigation to take place, you wait until it is completed, and when the file is presented to you, before you make a determination.
That could never be the case when I mentioned to the Commission just now that I receive morning briefs about the investigation.
No, still ain't get that. I'm saying that based on what you're saying, that's the evidence you've given. I might be wrong, but I'm getting it from you, that you say that once you instruct for an investigation to commence, you wait until the investigation is complete, and then the file comes to you, and then you make a determination based on it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you are wrong, as you stated.
Yeah.
I said on a daily basis or at intervals, I would get briefings on these investigations.
All right, let me come directly to this one now. On the 29th of March, this report was made. You became aware of this report. When did you receive your first briefing on this matter?
I received my briefing, as I mentioned to the Commission just now, at 4 o'clock. So I can do my afternoon briefing.
At 4 o'clock on that afternoon.
That is correct.
And what were you told then?
I was told that I mentioned this already, that the statements were taken from.
Hold on, officer. Hold on. As commissioner of this inquiry, I think I have the right to ask you questions at any time. So even if you had answered it before, sir, you still have an obligation to answer again.
I mentioned that statements.
No, do you understand?
I understand you,
Okay,
Commissioner.
do that.
I mentioned that statements were 17 pages of statements were taken from Andrew Gillard. And I was told by the head of the Major Crimes Investigation Unit that the ranks, they were en route to the location on the East Bank to arrest Mr. Khan, whom the allegation was made against.
Is that 4 o'clock?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. And when next did you receive a brief of that?
I received another brief the following morning during my morning briefs.
And what were you told then?
I was told that the investigation has progressed significantly. Apart from Gillard's 17-page statement, the investigators were able to contact Mr. Nizam Khan, whom the allegation was made against. They conducted a search at his premises, but nothing of evidential value was found. Thereafter, Khan was escorted to CID headquarters, where he was interviewed. After he was interviewed, he gave a statement. After a statement was given, a confrontation was held between Khan and Gillard. Additionally, I was told that another individual, Stephen Passad, was contacted by the police, and a statement was also obtained from Stephen Passad. And then also I was informed that there was some issue, some disorderly behavior by Khan's brother. So that was the information that I received at 8:30 the following morning.
And you consider those things that were done between the time the statement, the 17-page statement was taken, the arrest of this man, the search, and all that to be significant progress.
Significant progress based on the nature of the allegation. It's not a murder whereby the police had to go escort body and wait and do post-mortem report and all these things.
So,
It was just an allegation made by one individual to another.
it was
about
just an
another.
allegation, and therefore the person against whom the target of this allegation would not have factored into your arrangement then.
Most definitely, that is what I said. That is why I brought investigation to CID
You
headquarters.
said it was just murder. It wasn't.
I was telling you that in terms of the progress, why I said it was significant progress.
Yeah.
That is why I said it was significant progress, because had it been a murder, right, we couldn't have said that we did significant progress, we made significant progress if we hadn't done the post-mortem examination, interview witnesses, get persons to corroborate the story made by the reporter and these things.
So you made significant progress
That is correct.
by the next morning.
Correct.
All right. And you were told at that stage when they were reporting to you, where was the this man, Nizam Khan, against whom the allegation was made?
I wouldn't be able to say where he was. I will, as I said,
Was
my
it the
morning
station?
briefing, I wouldn't be able to say.
Wait, you know, you're the